So, as some of you guys might know, my name is Bloodstained Wings, and I don't just have a YouTube, I also have a Twitch. It's twitch.tv/bloodstainedwings. And on that Twitch channel, I've met a lot of people and a lot of friends, and some of those people, Eclectic Scribbles and MightMae, have challenged me to do creature mashup paintings. Now, this is actually well outside of the scope of things that I regularly do, as mostly I am a landscape painter, but I did start a journal made for me by Eclectic Scribbles, links below, and in this journal I started filling it with all kinds of creature mashups, and one of them came about during MightMae in MightMae's stream, and it is a crazy lotus mermaid that you guys can see here. And I really liked the way that it came out, and since I did it, a lot of people have been asking me to try to do it as an oil painting. This is going to be that painting. However, it is not a tutorial. I have no idea if this is going to turn out or not, or how well it's going to look. But I did sketch it out in gesso on a canvas, so that we could attempt to paint it. So let's give it a go, right? Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? All right. So just like last week, we have a very satisfying rainbow of color, although I think there's more this week than there was last week. So we have titanium white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, sap green, Verdin hue, phthalo blue, and Prussian blue. Blah. So my plan that I have is going to start with the goop, always the goop, on everything. But I plan on blocking in the colors for the main fish part, then doing the background, and then coming back in maybe and doing cool thing for the fishy do. Don't know how much I'm gonna confidently do. This is a challenge painting. This is supposed to be a challenge, so we're just gonna go into it and just see what we can do. So this once again is my lotus mermaid, which is, you know, a creature that I came up with. Nobody made me do it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna start with a little bit of white in the middle section, just to brighten this whole thing up, because I want to make sure that the white section here, the fish section, not the white section, the fish section, that the colors are actually genuinely nice and like, well, I want them actually to be muted, but I don't want this part to be blue, is what I'm trying to say. I want this part to be white to start, so that the colors are nice and soft. I also have every brush, minus a few. Like I have 90% of my brushes here, just in case you want to know. I have no idea how many of them I'll use, but you know, with great trials comes great confidence, and so we're gonna try. So first, I'm gonna start with the lemon yellow, and I'm gonna start in the center sections here, and there's a little bit that goes here and a little bit that goes here. Now, once again, I do have this in my book, and I colored it, so I had an idea of what colors I want this whole thing to be. So you guys can see there, it's kind of like a pinky, lotusy, peachy color for this part, a bright yellow here and here, and then like a muted sap green for this area. That's the plan. But this yellow is too bright, and I didn't know that it was too bright until after I painted it. But the good thing is about oils is that you can come back in and mute anything down that you want to. You can blend. Come hell or high water, you can always blend. with oils, which is great. I love that about oils. Honestly, one of the greatest things about oils. You can just keep on blending. I'm gonna keep that brush yellow, and now I'm going to kind of try to mix actually I'm gonna use my palette knife to mix this color because I want it to be peachy and good, and I don't want it to be like bright. I want it to be like pastel and soft. Maybe a little bit more of the alizarin crimson, maybe just a smidge of alizarin crimson to make it slightly more pink. That's perfect. Good. So if you guys want to see the color I mixed, that's the color right there. And I simultaneously got paint on everything, so that's great. That's what we love. We love when I just get paint on everything. Okay, here we go. Cat fur. This brush sucks. Let's use a different brush. Let's use maybe this brush. Maybe this brush will be better. Well, I do like how it kind of got lighter in the middle there as it mixed with the white. So that looks real good. Only problem is trying to recreate that on every single other leaf. No big deal. There we go. What I can do, if I like the lighter color on the inside, is I can come back with white and blend again. See that whole like blending thing with oils? That's my plan. That's my plan for this whole thing, is to just blend. I'm also hoping that it looks kind of vaguely Art Nouveau-esque. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm a real big fan. We're a real big fan of Art Nouveau. Just in general, I love it a lot. And I wish that I had more items in my arsenal that were Art Nouveau. I don't. So that's a thing. I did recently, for those of you who are following me on Instagram and Twitch, I have been working on a elven dress that is kind of inspired by Goldberry. That is like an Art Nouveau kind of dress that is very elven and fancy. Goldberry, for those of you who don't know, is a character in Lord of the Rings. It's Tom Bombadil's wife. She's the river, the daughter of the river, the river's daughter. Text if I'm wrong somewhere on the screen. I will double check that. Wonderful lady. Love her lots. But I have a dress that is green with lilies on it, much like her dress in the book. I could go get the book and read it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep painting. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. Might have been part of the I did a Lord of the Rings painting. If you haven't seen that, I did a Lord of the Rings painting where I painted the trees of Valinor. So you guys can check that out if you haven't already. While we're talking about things that you should check out that subscribe button. Yeah. And that notification bell. Yeah, that's right. That was a smooth transition. Okay, well the good news is that I like the peachy color that is going on here. Like, I like that a lot. I'm gonna grab a twinge, which is totally a definite word, and I'm not making it up. A twinge of the darker reds and just kind of kiss the tips. Kiss the tips. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, oh my lord. I'm sorry. Why did we go Disney? I don't know. But you know you wanna kiss the tips. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. In fact, you're welcome. Bet that's gonna be in like 4 people's heads. 4 people. Damn it! Every time. Beat ups. Why you gotta be that way? And I'm like, ha 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 ha. Why am I spending so much time on blending when I was like, oh, and then we'll come back and detail it later and we're just color blocking right now? Dunno. Maybe it's possible I've been watching too much of MightMae and Eclectic Scribbles. Links below for these streamers. They're amazing, by the way. I freaking love them. They inspire me every day. If you guys have artists that inspire you every day, let's talk about it. Like, let's do that. Let's talk. There are many artists on Twitch and YouTube and Instagram and all the places where you can be inspired. All the places that inspire me all the time, and I'm just never left without any. I'm like, oh, there's never a time where I'm like, what should I paint? I'm always like, oh god, I need to paint faster so that I can get all of this done. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way, that there's just so much inspiration all around you all the time, constantly, that you're like overwhelmed and you can't paint fast enough. That's how I live my life. Wee. But yeah, MightMae streams on Thursdays, and does all kinds of like conventions and stuff in the States, in the United States of America. Is it pronounced like that? No, not at all, not even slightly. Did I pronounce it like that anyways? Yes, you're welcome. Do I know better? Absolutely. Am I gonna fix it? No. You're welcome. But that looks good. That looks good. We're in the it looks good category, so that's good. We're just gonna grab a little bit of the darker reds again and try to shade underneath this leafy do. Okay, I need to more. We need to more. And a smidgen more of the crimson. There we go. Just to give it that real, like, shade. Now it's shady. Glasses fall down. I don't know how to do things where I incorporate things with editing, but you know, the meme that I'm talking about with the glasses, because it's cool and it's shady. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about, so it's fine. I'm gonna put a little shade over here. There. And maybe a little bit here to make it look like it's like dipping away, I guess. I don't know. But that's what I'm going for, is an I don't know kind of state of mind. Clean my brush a little bit here. All right. Let's clean this brush a little bit. Let's just use 4 brushes when you only need 2. Absolutely. Okay. Green. We want like a green. I want to also mix this with the white so that it's not like just sap green. Yes, sap green with a little bit of white is the preferred kind of color. All right, let's come in here and add this sap green. These colors right now are very Art Nouveau, and I am liking that about it, so that's good. At the very least, I think I got the right colors. Don't know if we'll get it shaped so that it looks like it's underwater or not. Who knows? That might be asking a lot. But for right now, and at the very least, is the right colors that I'm going for. Just gonna spread that out a bit. Oh, I kind of like how chunky it ended up. It like ended up giving like little lines. And I don't know why it did that, but it did. So we're leaving it because it was brilliant. Totally did that on purpose. Shh, it's fine. Like Bob Ross always says, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. And that was definitely a happy accident, and I don't think I could recreate that. But, you know, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Apparently I'm in a Disney mood. I don't know what happened. You'll have to forgive me. So this is love. There. Okay, so now we've added those back in, and then now we can just, yeah, smoosh a little away. This is working way better than I thought it would so far. I say with all the confidence that I can right now. That's everything that I've got. It's working out so far. There is a lot left to do, but we'll see what happens. We're just gonna do this. Well, that didn't work out so well that time, but that's okay. It still looks pretty good. I do like these colors, which is good. So these parts here are supposed to be like the leaves of a lotus flower. These, like the fins of the fish, are also like the leaves of the lotus flower. That's kind of what I was going for. I hope that it comes across that way. I think it did in the sketch, but I'm not so sure it does now. Now that I'm painting it. Not super certain that everything is coming across the way that I want, but maybe it just needs more detail. Maybe it just needs more time. Maybe I'm rushing things. That's possible. The intro for this one did not show the finished painting, so I will make sure to take pictures of this to put at the end, or have a video of this at the end to show how it went. Add some of those darker bits back in, and then smooth it away. Yeah, all right. if nothing else, this part looks really good right now. I might screw it up because I'm going to be painting blue for the background. Maybe that's a bad idea. Probably. It's probably a bad idea. I should probably do something else. I do have Verdant hue. And I was thinking about maybe surrounding the fish, mermaid, lotus flower thing with the surrounding the creature. There we go. Surrounding the creature with the Verdant hue, and then having it like fade out to like a darker blue on the outside. That might be a thing I do. I'm talking my way through this because I'm trying to convince myself that it's going to be good. I've been watching some wonderful artists, and they just say to go for it. You just gotta do, you know? Sometimes you just gotta go and do the thing. And I agree. Sometimes you just gotta do it, even if it doesn't turn out. Do you know how many paintings I've painted for YouTube that didn't work out and didn't make it here? Neither do I. Let's not talk about it. Okay, great. Fish. Fish successful in its existence. Let's do that Verdant hue idea that I had. Let's do that. Maybe mix it in with the colors that I have in the green, so that it's kind of like a lighter color, but still more like Verdant hue. Oh god, I love this color already. This is a nice color. This is a nice color. Listen, sometimes magic happens in paintings. Sometimes magic happens, and you get these lovely colors. Look at that lovely color. That's a beautiful color, you guys. When I first started painting a long time ago, one of my early supporters, who still support me to this day, which is just amazing, is the wonderful Carson Drew It. He's just a fantastic fellow. I'll link his stuff as well. Today apparently I'm just going to talk about all the people that I love, and we're just going to talk about that and how much I love them, and they do amazing things, and they inspire me to do things that are close enough to be called amazing by some people. That's better than saying that they're not good. But he always said that I had a knack for color, that he was like, I'm always so afraid of color, and you just go right in with this stuff. You're just not afraid of it. And I'm like, I agree. I'm not afraid of color. And this is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, see? Don't be afraid of color. Yeah, see? Don't be afraid of color. I don't know why that ended up in a gangster voice, but, you know. Just go with it. I think I'm going to come in with my liner brush for that area there. I don't think I can do that without the liner brush, so we're just going to sneak right in there with the liner brush and some paint thinner, so that it gets right in there. Not paint thinner. Goop. It's goop. I would want to specify that because some people are going to get mad at me because I'm not using paint thinner. And they're going to use paint thinner and then get mad at me that it does weird things. Paint thinner does weird things. If you have goop on your canvas, it does weird things. Just a heads up in case you don't get mad at me for that. We're going to be transitioning out of this into blue, but for now, I like the idea of this being green around our fishy friend. I'm trying very carefully to not only blend all of this so that it's beautiful, but also get into all of the nooks and crannies and keep it beautiful. Also, I missed a spot. I don't know if I have enough of this to, no. I don't know if I have enough of this left on my brush to fill in. I did. Success. I am the best. You might not know it, but I'm the best. I love how I go from being like, I can't do this, I can't do anything, to being like, no, I'm the best. Solidly the best. This is what painting does to you. It gives you simultaneously all of the courage and also none of it. Where like 1 second you're like, I can do anything, and the next second you're like, I can't do anything at all. Everything sucks, I'm terrible. That's art. It's true art right there. Pretty sure every artist is like that, where they're like, I'm really proud of this one thing, but don't look at this part. That doesn't mean you shouldn't share your stuff. You should definitely share your stuff, because you never know. Somebody might say, hey, you did really good at this. I know what you're complaining about, and this is how you fix it. And then you're like, oh no, what? That's how you fix that? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, oh my God, yes. And then the next painting you do will be better because you shared it. Also, a lot of things that you don't necessarily like about your painting, other people might actually like way more than you do, and may help you to accept things that you think are not perfect. Because other people would be like, oh no, I freaking love that. And you're like, whoa, really? I hated it. And they're like, yeah, no, it's great. That's my favorite part. And you're like, geez, your favorite part? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, oh my God, wow. They're like, I love this more than any of the other paintings that you did. And you're like, okay. And that is a true story. This fish looks like it's on land. But that's okay. We'll get the other colors in, and it'll start looking better soon. I just think that the pink is going to complement against the green better, and then transition into the blue better, I think, personally. Maybe, I don't know. It was an idea I had whilst I was painting, so... But yes, if you want to follow any of the artists or support any of the artists that I mentioned in this YouTube video, please feel free to do so. They are amazing. They are not paying me to do that. In fact, they probably don't know that I'm doing that, and some of them might be like, no, stop it. And too bad. They get free promotion because I said so. Not that I have an audience that is different from theirs, or even large, but you know, you never know. You never know. Maybe somebody who's watching this video is like, I don't know who MightMae is. I will go look at their stuff. Or, this Carson Drew It sounds like a real nice fellow. I'll go check out his stuff. And then you'll be like, whoa! This is what they were oh my God! And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know. It'll blow your mind. They're so freaking talented. All of the people I listed, so freaking talented. It'll blow your mind. Like my doll was inspired by Delightfully. Now, I know that everyone here probably already knows who Delightfully is, and she's got like millions of followers, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve it. She is fantastic. And very inspirational. And That's why I have a doll that is a mini me. And is Tiny Me, Tiny BSW, is that what I look like? I mean, vaguely. I'm not that proportioned. I have different proportions than a Monster High doll. Realistically. I'm sure you guys probably already knew that. But, in case you didn't, I am not built like a Monster High doll. In fact, I am built more like Marilyn Monroe, who is a real person and not a doll. I'm also very similarly built, but not hair color wise, to that painting of Venus. Kind of vaguely look like that. I think my ass is bigger, but shh. Do you guys have any famous paintings or famous people that you're like, yeah, I'm built like that person? I like that, when you can find somebody who kind of looks and does like you do. It's one of the reasons I really liked Tifa from Final Fantasy VII so much, is because she kind of vaguely looks like me-ish. Kinda, sort of. At the time, when I first played it, Final Fantasy VII, that's what I wanted to look like. And I thought, I was like, you know, I could potentially get there. I'm only a little bit away. And that, I think, is really good that we have that kind of representation. Because at that time in my life, not that I knew any better or anything, but all of the video game characters that I was exposed to were like blonde. Like, it was like, yay, like Princess Peach. And I'm like, she's blonde. And then like, even Samus was blonde. Like, I'm just like, blonde, blonde, blonde. And then, of course, there is also Lara Croft, but I was not exposed at the time to Lara Croft. So Tifa came first, so Tifa gets the love. That's how that works. Alright, we can transition now to another color, and we can safely do so because we have a buffer around our lovely fishy doodad. I'm going to mix, I think I'm just gonna like solidly mix all of these colors so that everything gets mixed. And okay, by mixing I meant take over with Phthalo Blue. God damn it, I forgot. Remember all the times that I tell you guys how Phthalo Blue is really strong and to be very gentle with the amount that you add of Phthalo Blue? Yeah. Let's put in a little notification of don't forget that Phthalo Blue is super strong, because it's super strong. I only added a tiny bit of it. I didn't. I added way too much Phthalo Blue. But I'm going to try to make this work, and I'm going to blend it, and we're going to blend it, and we're going to make it work. See, thing about oils, you can blend it. Yes, we're making it work. I still have to blend out the parts that are not touching the green, but we'll get there. Okay, we'll just come in here, add at the top here. The good thing is that there was still enough of the other color left over that when I blended the blue into it, it still has that kind of muted tone. So, it's, even though this is blue, it still feels like an Art Nouveau blue, which I am very happy with. I'm going to grab some of the green solidly and just kind of We're just gonna go back and forth with it a little bit here. Green. Maybe if I use a different brush and I come back in here with the green. I'm trying to be oh so gentle to not get any of this green on top of the beautiful, beautiful pink that we got going on. I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to ruin it. Yes, blending. Now we can go further into the blue and make it less streaky. We have succeeded in blending those colors together. Yes. All right. I want to have more of this blue color. So it is more blue, like that. We will once again blend, but for now, we want to have that like solidly, it's blue. I don't want to get that stuck in my head, so I'm not going to sing any more of it. We've already had enough singing on this YouTube video, honestly. All right, and now we blend. Okay, I'm genuinely happy with everything that is happening right now. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna mix the Prussian blue into this, and now it's gonna get real dark. But I want it to be real dark. I just got some more of the goop to mix in with this so that it spreads a little further, because apparently the goop on my canvas is already dried, or at least dried enough that it's no longer blendy blendy. And I like the blendy blendy. I prefer when it's blendy blendy, personally. Yes. Coming back in here, blending that a little bit. And then blending this. Why is the fish not in the center? Because that's how my painting went. It just does sometimes. That's how it does. I'm also thinking about making this a galaxy. If I do so, I may regret it, but if I do so, I'll have to be very careful with the white that I use, because it's gonna get overtaken by this blue very quickly. But I think it would look really cool. In this one, you can really see the difference between phthalo blue and Prussian blue. So if you guys were looking to see a difference between those colors, you can really see it here. Even though I have mixed them and blended them together, you can still see the difference, because that Prussian blue is so much darker and so much purplier, and the phthalo blue is much brighter. It's got a brightness that cannot be dominated. Okay, I'm gonna use this to blend. I'm gonna use this to bloop. We're gonna bloop. Maybe I should just do stars. Maybe I should just keep it simple and do stars. Yes, I think so. I think we're just gonna keep it simple. I thought about it. And I decided that yes, it makes more sense to just do the stars. So I've got actual paint thinner, not goop, but actual paint thinner. And I've got it mixed on my brush so that it's a very inky consistency. And from far away, I'm just going to glue some stars. And I want them on the fish too. Fish. There we go. Oh yeah. Yes. Beautiful. And there is my creature mashup. It is a lotus fish. The type of fish that I used as a reference is a koi fish. Does it look like a koi fish? No. But that was the reference picture that I used. I do have other creature mashups in my book. If you guys would like me to see, if you guys would like to see more of the creature mashups, please feel free to let me know, and I will make sure to have that available for you. Wow, was that ever super fun to paint? I'll see if I can actually post some more pictures of this elsewhere so you guys can see, but I am super proud of how well this turned out. Let's see how it looks in a different orientation. Oh, I love it this way too. It just seems to glow and radiate with like an ethereal art that I just really, really, really like. Thank you guys so much for joining me today to do this painting. As always, these are my Patreon supporters, and I really, really appreciate every single one of them for helping to make this possible. So thank you so, so, so much. As I mentioned, all of the links will be in the description below for all the people who inspired me and I talked about today. And also the link to this being available in my Etsy store, as well as to my Instagram and my own Twitch page. All of the links will be in the description below. So thank you so much, everyone, and please remember that you are loved and you deserve to be loved. Mwah!